Many thanks for staying with us. Hope you enjoyed that short clip of today in history. And now to the main story. The former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor APC Jega, has urged Nigerians not to vote for the ruling All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party. Henceforth, he alleged that the two major political parties have destroyed everything and are like Simon's twins of corruption, and that it was high time Nigerians looked for a credible alternative. To make sense of this, we still have in the studio a political technocrat, Dr. Dayo Kayode. Dr. Dayo, thank you one more time. I keep telling you thank you.
Pleasure being here all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. All right. Now, APC Jega has made some allegations and saying that PDP and APC are like Simon's twins, identical conjoined twins that are of corruption. And it says, and now the PDP is also replying Jega, saying comparison between the PDP and APC is like a disservice to Nigeria. There's been a back and forth about this issue. What do you have to say? I could read some of them, but let's hear your thought first of all.
Yes, Professor APC Jega is somebody I respect so much, and I will keep on to give him that respect, especially for conducting that kind of election, which he did in, I think, 2014 or so, without any major rancor, okay? And I think since then, he hasn't been too particular about the classroom again. Rather, you hear him within the political circle. And to that extent, you will know that his culture, his thoughts, its language will have moved from that of classroom to political statements, thinking, and all that. For him to have said, yes, you people should not vote for APC and PDP again because they are birds of the same feathers that flocks together. We too can also see from the newspapers today, movement from one party to the other is PDP and APC. I've never seen anybody moving from PDP or APC to Zenith Labour Party, or moving to PRP, or moving to ABGA.
It's always the lesser parties to the bigger parties.
Do you accept from Zenith Labour Party, ABGA, Accord, and all that, moving to PDP or APC? And APC mostly, because sometimes their former chairman said, even if you are a devil and you are in other parties, the moment you move to APC, you are now a saint.
Angel.
So some of them will also want to become angels. Now back to Jega's statement. You see, he might be saying the right thing, but it's a different ball game when you get to the field. Because those two parties are the most established and known parties. Even in America, that we took our presidential system from, you have the Democrats and the Republicans. You will see that when this one fumbles, they move to this place. When this one fumbles, people move to this place. You have never seen them moving to like Tea Party. No. Rather, I think what we should focus ourselves on is getting the elite, because I always say it, the elite has failed this country. The elite has slept away. The elite, they worked directly with Nadeco at that time to drive away the military. At the end of the day, they did not continue with that struggle. They slept off. And that is why those that doesn't have any inkling as regards technicalities of governance, as regards governance conceptualization, now took over the whole polity. I think what Professor Jega should be doing is try to, as much as possible, bring together some elites, especially from the university, from the professionals. He must have taught so many of them in school. Even if he will have gotten some other colleagues that have taught so many of them in school, bring the elites together and let us move to a particular party. Because there is this idea that says, if you cannot win them, you join them. But then, I will move further from that adage. It is only when you join them that you'll be able to know their character, that you will be able to know their ability, their capacity. Then from there, you can now move on to move the whole group forward.
But can we say this knocks that Jega is receiving right now from these two parties, is it a case of they are scared of the personality of the person? His words as a threat to their stronghold in Nigeria.
Yeah, you see, it is expected. You wouldn't expect somebody like me now to be giving Jega knocks on the head. I won't do that. Rather, I will add flavor. I will add flavor to what he has said. Just like I said, oh, perhaps he should have also looked at the role of the elites, all right, the middle class, and then see how he can bring them together. Because either you like it or not, the guy has turned himself to be an enigmatic personality within our polity. It's not somebody you can just push aside. It's not somebody you can just throw away its words or thoughts anyhow. And is a professor of repute. Okay? So to that extent, the knocks, what we call knocks, the PDP and APC are knocking here, I don't see as knocks other than rantings. I see as rantings. Because have they not failed the nation? PDP has failed the nation, either we like it or not. And also, that's what has brought APC. And APC had even failed woefully the nation. So when the two of them have failed, where do we go from here? Definitely we must go somewhere.
But Middle Belt Forum has come to tackle Jega and say you are calling them the twins of corruption, conjoined twins of corruption, but you supervised this conjoined twins of corruption. That's the MBF, Middle Belt Forum, tackling Jega right now. Somebody was trying to blame Jega where I was yesterday evening. And I said, why will I won't blame Jega. He was asked to come and be an umpire. Okay? And even at that time, what do you expect him to do? APC struggled to win the election. And they conducted a fair and free election. He didn't even say what later came out. When they couldn't finish the election, they will say they now defy it. Inconclusive. No? We never experienced that during Jega's reign. He even introduced some other forms, some other reforms within himself. He started this electronic. You say what?
The electronic introduction.
Do you understand? Introduction of electronic, all these things. He started it. And instead of us to build on his successes, what happened? What did we do? All right? Those people that voted for, I have a lot of them around me then. I never campaigned for APC. I was always against APC on the social media. Even on ground. I knew how much it cost me of my personal money. Okay? But those of my friends that were fighting me then, Dio, you don't know what you're saying. Dio, you are this, you are that. They are now begging me that they are sorry. That they are sorry that they made a wrong choice. It wasn't Jega that brought the president Buhari now. It wasn't Jega that brought him. Jega was never a member of APC. He was just brought in as the as the chief in command of independent National Electoral Commission. And he did his work to the best of his knowledge. And everybody appreciated it. Even look at the point that that guy, what's his name? That minister, Urubebe, was about to disrupt the election. What did he do? He used his traditional acumen to stop counting. He said, gentlemen, let us go on break. So as to be able to douse the tension. Okay, at that point, what do you say him to do? You want him to continue so that there will be tension, and then you say, okay, fight broke out at the collation center, and the election will be cancelled. He said, no. So why are people blaming him? He has never been part of this government. He was never part of this government.
Okay, let's talk about 2023 for a minute. Jega has said this thing. It's one thing to say it, and it's another thing for it to happen. Talking about 2023, does it look like, in your own opinion, does it actually look like Nigerians might take heed to advices from people like Jega, whereby parties like APC and PDP should not be voted? Do you actually see that happening in Nigeria in 2023, or it's going to be the same thing?
Yes, for Jega to have said that, he too knows that he must walk his talk and then look for people that can work with him, okay? And like I said, it's not about PDP or APC. It is about getting credible people. It is about amassing the elite to come together and say, look, is this how we be going? Just like that musician said. All right? Bringing them together and then educating the elite that it is time, just as we did during the Nadeko period, to also come in now, to come out with new strategies, to come out with new conceptualizations, to come out with new philosophy, devoid of false, I'm saying false, F-A-L-S-E now, false propagandas towards moving our nation forward.
Do you think Jega has an ambition to go into politics? Because now the APC has wanted Jega to desist from attacking them as a part of his schemes to revive his political career. Probably he's trying to launch a political career, and then he's trying to, because the Afenifere has asked Nigerians to key into Jega's call. Some other persons are tackling him somewhere with him. So do you think he has an ambition? That's why all of these things is coming.
Motivated.
Yeah, all these things coming.
To have been the chairman of INEC, can he not also be the president of the country? Can he not be the governor of a state? Does the constitution stop him from having political ambition? Even as you are here, you are free to have or to nurse any ambition you want to nurse, in as much as you go, it is within, it is within the purview of the dictates of the constitution of the land. So even if Jega is having it, so what's that? When they wanted to take over from PDP, did they not come up with all sort of propaganda that are not even genuine, that are even false? Were they not using all sort of instruments to propagate those false propaganda? What has Jega done? Just making a statement that yes, you guys had failed us. As did PDP not fail us? Is this government not failing? Are they succeeding? Are they succeeding in reviving our economy? Are they succeeding in fighting corruption? Are they succeeding in fighting security? Femi Falana was asking Malami the other time, I think a few days ago, those 40 Boko Haramists that were arrested, those that were funding them, those that has BDC, all these Bureau de Change, that were funding them. He mentioned names, some of those names. Have you been able to prosecute them? After many months? Are these not issues? Are these not issues? Were we having all these incessant secessionist activities when PDP was there? Was it like this then? Look at our exchange. What was our exchange rate when PDP was there? I remember when I wanted to travel, when I was traveling 2014 or so, I exchanged dollar even at the airport at 190 naira per dollar. 190 naira. 2014. How many years now? But look at what it is today.
About 520.
What it is today. Have they not failed the nation? They have. So what has Jega said that is not right? What is it that Jega has said that they are now giving him knocks? Does Jega not have freedom of speech again? Especially when things he's saying are the truth and not lies and not even hate speech. Abi, is it hate speech? No. It's not hate speech.
Dr. Dayo, you mentioned that there's nothing wrong with Jega as being a professor and knowing some elites that probably he has taught, bringing them together to form probably a party or
not necessarily,
or to form maybe
think tank.
Okay,
kind of.
But now you know all of these parties. That's how it started. People coming together. It's okay for Jega to say, of course, freedom of speech is guaranteed. But what I would always say, is freedom after speech that we don't know about. But then freedom of speech is okay. He said the right thing according to you. But these people he's forming, or you, as you suggested, or we shouldn't vote PDP or ABC anymore. The next people that are coming after, how sure are we that they're not going to go in the same line this APC and PDPs have gone?
One, I'm not saying people should not vote APC or PDP again. I said, even in America,
I understand.
when this one fails, they move to. We have two major parties,
and all that.
And there's no how we're going to be moving through. Between those two major parties, except if they change name again, or they come together and they change name. All right. But what I'm saying is this: if Jega, we have known the antecedent of Jega now. There are some other people that we know the antecedents. Those that have been governors before that and that they performed. They are there. There are those even in the private sector that we know the antecedents. Not people that have been in America before, swindled their customers over thousands of dollars, and then they are now in party politics in Nigeria. Not people that have been in prison before, then change their names, and then they are now in party politics in Nigeria. We know so many of them who have been in Nigeria who are not even having dual citizenship. But I said it sometimes. I said, all these people, there's no way they will perform because they have dual citizenship. You need to go and read Oath of Allegiance for you to become a citizen of America, or for you to become a citizen of UK. Then you will know why these people are behaving this way. So we need to infuse new blood. We need to infuse original Nigerians. We need to infuse people that are passionate about our country.
Okay, Dr. Dayo, because we are running out of time, let's take a walk away from what he said for a minute and take a look at the grassroots. One of the ways this can actually happen, one of the ways it can actually be actualized is if, well, according to many quarters, if these other parties have strong grassroots like the APC and PDP have, and it's one of the things we've seen in previous elections why many parties cannot conquer the PDP and APC strongholds. Are there ways, like you say, these elites can get to the grassroots, get to the people in the local areas, reach out to them? Are there ways they can actually do this, or you actually think they can work things from the top alone?
It's not from the top, and that's why I mentioned the elite. And when you're talking about the elites, there are stratas within the hierarchy of elites. Okay? There are some that are in Lagos here. There are some in Abuja. Where there are some down Ekiti, where I come from. Where there are some, you are from Akwa Ibom,
Imo.
Imo. Do you understand? So what we need to do is to identify those there that we know can do some, that we know can develop a kind of how do I put it now, framework, developing framework to get straight down to those at the grassroots. I don't know whether you understand. For instance, as you are in Olowora now, you have people in Imo that at the end of the month, no matter how small, you still send to them. You have people in Imo that no matter what, you will see, call them. How are you feeling? I'm part of you. Just take it easy. It will be okay. God bless you. Do you understand? And because of that, they have a kind of a close affinity with you. Do you understand? So somebody like you, if you are being contacted, all you need to do is now use your affinity within those people there to bring them to the fold. Do you understand? This is not a rock science thing. It's all about one, vision. Yeah? Two, pursuit of that vision vigorously. And then three, staying on that particular lane of your vision. So if, like Professor Jega said, and I'm now saying he should add, okay, he should add to what he intends doing, because I don't know what he intends doing. I've never seen him before. I don't know why he's saying that. But if truly he now wants to make Nigeria a better place, because everybody has way of doing his or her own thing, he should also look at the side of the elite. Look at studying Nadeko, why Nadeko failed. All right? Nadeko was able to send away the military, but along the line they slept off. Instead of now taking the political mantle, they left that vacuum. And there are some people that are hawkish in looking. They saw the vacuum and they occupy it. And that's why we are here today. So President Jega should study that and then see how he can now develop his statement, and then what those impetus you could add to that is a framework, and then make it work for a better Nigeria come 2023.
Right. So you're all in for no APC, no PDP.
Like I said, if it's still those two, people will still move around. Except, like he said, if you read that statement further, he said he's a member of PRP. All right, PRP of, I think, Baba Aminu Kano or so. Do you understand? And definitely, that party too still have a kind of a structure all over the country. So if you can build on that and then bring it up, let their voices resound everywhere. Yeah, it could give PDP and APC a good fight for their strengths.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for sharing your thoughts. Always a pleasure having you in the studio.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, then. That was Dr. Dayo Kayode, political technocrat, and I'd like to call him a friend of the house. Up next, sports with Judechi. Of course, Judechi is already with us in the studio. We'll take a break up there. When we come back, we'll have sports.